remember very vividly still the night I went to Fantasy, the gay Latin bar here in Chicago for the first time.
Yeah.
It was an experience that I didn't know I needed to have until it happened. Just being surrounded by a bunch of other Latinos who are queer like yourself. And then to see a drag queen perform Todavía para la Factoría, a song we had heard so much growing up. I got very emotional, which I never thought I would cry to that song, especially at a bar. But something about just like you get to exhale a little bit more and just embrace your queer Latina identity more.
Welcome to Twin Spin with your co-host, the Nuno Twins. This is the show where fascinating people, real conversations, and a whole lot of laughs all end up in the same place, all with a twist of twin.
Hello, welcome to another solo episode of Twin Spin. Good to see you, man. How you doing?
Good. Can't complain. How about yourself, man?
You know, I'm doing good. The weather's getting warmer,
Much
sun's
warmer,
shining
yes.
brighter for longer.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to feel sad, you know, this time of year. I always joke with people that it's like Chicago winters is our penance for a Chicago summer.
Right.
And like we've just paid the penance and now like the brighter days are ahead here.
Yeah.
So
It's always when daylight savings time starts.
Yes.
But like that's like, oh, there's hope now. Now it's starting to get brighter.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Longer days of sunlight, and just like this is the time of year that like this is why I like living in Chicago.
Yeah, you lose an hour, but then you gain that hour in sunlight. And like for me, that's a fair trade.
Exactly.
You know, that's worthwhile.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think how much time has passed since like winter started, but it's even harder to believe how much more time has passed since we split up as roommates.
Yeah.
On good terms, by the way.
It was, let the record state, it was
an amicable split.
Yeah.
There was no
bad blood. No.
It was just a choice that we were feeling. It was something that we had been thinking about for a while.
I mean, how long have we lived together as roommates? It was like 6 years, right?
Yeah, something like 6 years.
More than half a decade.
You know, and it was a great deal, you know, split the rent. We had like a wonderful little apartment with like a view of the lake.
Had a balcony.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it was hard deciding that we were going to leave.
And it had a free parking spot in the parking garage.
Well, we didn't start out with the parking spot.
No, we did not.
They gave us that.
Yes.
Like, not only did they not increase our rent that third year, like, here's a parking spot. I'm like, we don't even have a car, but like, dope. Yeah. Okay, we'll take it.
Yeah, when guests come over, it's like,
it was nice.
Don't park on the street. You can use the parking space.
Still think it was a good choice for us to split up and go our separate ways.
Yeah.
And, you know, with it being a year since we split up and we've started living more of our independent lives, I know that there's a lot of things that I have learned. There's a lot of things that you have learned.
Absolutely.
And so let's dive into that. What are the things that we have learned being, you know, living apart, doing our own thing? What parts of our twinage have we kept and what parts, you know, have kind of gone away within this new chapter?
Yeah.
And so I think the first thing, at least for me, is really just the idea of taking space, spending more time doing our own thing, living our own lives, you know. I mean, we still keep a very tight-knit friend circle, you know. I think I still see you pretty often every week. Yeah. But I have noticed that, like, within this past year, we have taken more space to just do our own thing.
Yeah, 100%. Because I think, especially when we, you know, are not just twin brothers, but we have a shared space, you know, our lives tend to just blend together quite a bit. But really having that time apart really allowed us to kind of form more of our own individual lives, our own individual friend groups, our own individual spaces, and really make them our own. Whereas before, like, you know, I think our most individual part were our separate bedrooms. Yeah. That was it. Yeah. Because like the kitchen, the living room, everything else still kind of just mixed everything about us together, you know?
Well, no, yeah. And I think it's like, not only do I think it's like we have our own individual space, but I think when we were roommates, it's like you could have been in the shittiest mood ever. And I was going to be around you, and I didn't want to mess with you when you were in those moods, and vice versa.
Yes.
But like now, it's like when we do hang, it's like I can make a conscious choice. That's like, okay, I'm about to be around Adrian now. I got to like pull myself together. Whereas like, you know, being roommates, when work was stressing me out, it's like you would just hear me going off
And I did.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
There were many days where you just came into my room and just you had to rant.
Yeah.
And many times it wasn't even me like responding to what you said. It would just be me just like nodding and just affirming you a lot.
Yeah.
And like that happened, I think, almost every day.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if that holds up. But yeah, it's the idea of taking space, really choosing how we show up, when we are around one another.
Yeah.
And just having our own just private area to just live our life.
Yeah.
And so that's been really, really nice, both from just like an overall life perspective, but especially from a dating perspective. That I had to bring that up.
Yeah.
I was like, I think especially from a dating perspective too, that has made things simpler.
Right. Right.
Because I just remember, like, especially when we first started living together, having to explain to people that not only did I have a roommate, but that my roommate was my twin. Got some pretty interesting reactions.
And he is also queer.
Oh, and he's also queer.
So you might have seen him already.
Yeah, well, no, and that
apps.
happened. In many cases, it did happen.
Yes.
Where I was talking to someone, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm already talking to your brother." And I'm like, "I'm gonna stop talking to you now."
Yeah, but even then, it still happens. Like literally the other day, someone kept saying like we had met before. We were checking on an app, and I'm like, "No, we haven't." And they said, "Yes, we have." I'm like, "No, we haven't." And then I told them like I have a twin. Have you maybe talked to him? And then they connect the dots, and they're like, "Oh."
And it's funny because that guy messaged me not too long after saying, "Do you have a twin?" And it's like, "Yeah, man."
It never fails.
No, it never fails. It's gonna follow us for the rest of our lives, I swear. So there's that. And then there's the idea of just individuality.
Yeah.
With the separation comes more space to just form our individual identities, who we are as our own person.
Yeah.
Outside of the twin duo dynamic.
And that was a really big journey for me this past year.
Yeah.
Because not only was it me living apart from you, it was also me living by myself for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
And so it was really weird asking myself a lot of questions that were more like, what do I want? Instead of thinking like, what do we want in our apartment? Or like living with our parents at the time before having our own place, like, not really having much space for myself. So it was really weird now having that headspace, but it was also really freeing and really, really cool to now have that bigger sense of individuality, especially with what does Adrian want, not Adrian the twin,
I'll ask it. I'm curious to know now, like, what is the biggest thing you learned about yourself living with yourself over the past year?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think I would have to say that, like, I am stronger and more capable of a lot more things than I realized. Because I was definitely scared of like living on my own.
I know you were.
Yeah. Of just like a lot of things that, like, especially the first night on my own, like that's when so many things hit me, just smacked me in the face of just like, you are truly now on your own. You're responsible for so many things. But also I thought to myself, like, I feel like I didn't really treasure our time together as much as I should have. Like, I feel like I did to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But I feel like, oh, maybe I should have treasured it more, Like, what's the saying? Like, you don't know what you've got till it's gone.
Yeah.
And like, that first night on my own, that's where it all just really, really hit me. But I think all in all, just like, it really taught me to be stronger. It taught me to really be more proactive and think about, certain things differently. And I think all in all, it just really got me to really treasure more time being with myself and thinking about it more that way, not being so by myself. But like, what does Adrian like to do? What does Adrian want to do? Just a lot more reflecting that I really didn't have the space to do as much when we lived together. But I also want to throw the question back to you, like living by yourself, what big takeaway did you come away with this past year?
I love you, Adrian. You are an amazing twin brother. But I had to say, if anything, I learned that I love having my own space. Like, I enjoyed our time together.
Yeah.
I genuinely did, but I learned that I love coming back, and it's just
That's another plus. Yes, I will say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like now you can sing in the shower as loud as you want. And
Yeah.
because like there are some days where like I welcome it, but there are other days where I'm just like, you just need to shut up.
I remember towards the end, I was getting like self-conscious. I was sitting in there, I was like, oh, am I annoying Adrian right now? I was like, am I bugging the hell out of him? And now I'm like, I can sing as loud as I want. I don't.
Only your neighbors have to deal with that, not me.
Exactly.
Saying belt your heart out.
Yeah,
Go for
it. But I mean, like, it's not just the, having my own space, but it's like, I think it's just coming back to an earlier point that we talked about, having my own breathing room allows me to show up as like my best self.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm around you now, and it's not just like I'm about to implode from stress. It's like I can get my stress out in other ways, and then when I'm around you, it's like okay, like I'm showing up as a version that's ready to be around like other people.
Right.
And that's been a very useful thing for me, having my space where it's like I can sit with things, I can take all the time that I need to process things, and then when I'm ready to show up in front of others, it's like that can be a very conscious choice.
Yeah.
That you take.
Absolutely. And I think one of the other ways that this really helped us in this time apart was especially as creative collaborators, because we worked on projects and there were times when we really just didn't see eye to eye on something.
Yeah.
There really wasn't much space to go and just take a breather.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, I can just, go back to my apartment, take some time, and then we come back together because, as much as we agree on a lot of stuff, there are days when we just are not seeing eye to eye. But I welcome that, though. I do want to say that.
Yeah, I welcome it, too.
If we agreed on everything, that would be a problem.
That'd be boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's a collaboration without butting heads a little bit,
Someone to challenge you just a little bit more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I would, kind of building off of that point, I think that that's allowed me to really spend more time creatively with myself. Because I feel like when we were roommates, a lot of the ideation happened together. Whereas now it's like I get so much inspiration just as a result of the choices that I make. Like I go to the lake almost every morning when it's nice out, at least. And I just find so much inspiration just sitting there, looking out the waves.
Yeah.
I know it sounds very like stereotypical artist behavior, but like there's a reason it's a stereotype. It does help a lot.
I mean, it's stereotypical, but it works.
It does. It does. And so I find that, even whether it's an idea of my own, whether it's one that we have been working on together, it gives me space to really think about the ideas just by myself in a silo. So that when we like regroup, I've had time to think on it, within my own space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think has just been very useful.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. So I feel like when we come back together, like we have a chance to think things out a lot more, and maybe think of things that we maybe wouldn't have thought of if we were just constantly together all the time. Plus, it also gives me a chance to reflect on maybe something that you said, and come back to the table and be like, okay, now I see where you're coming from. I just needed some time to just let it resonate with me for a moment.
Yeah. I think it helps. It's like even though we are, not in the same place anymore. It's like, I mean, you literally live a 10-minute walk from me now. So it's like you're not far.
Yeah.
But I just think as hard as it was to go our separate ways, and it's really hard to describe this to people because it's like I always say, unless you're a twin yourself, it's very hard to, assuming you're a twin and you like your twin. I know there are twins who hate each other.
That are absolute mortal enemies.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, but that's a podcast episode for another day.
Yeah.
When you do have that bond, it can feel very hard to like, how do we want to say put up barriers? Because that has like a negative.
Maybe just like set boundaries.
Yeah, there you go. That's a better word. Boundaries. As necessary as as necessary as those boundaries are, and you know that they are, it's still hard.
Yeah.
But I think that over this past year, we've done a pretty good job of setting the boundaries, finding more of our individuality.
Yeah.
And just leading more of our own separate lives. So
yeah.
We'll have to see what year 2
Yeah.
brings. But that's for the future for Decide. For now, it is time for us to move into Spin the Hot Seat.
Yes.
And we have a lovely little bowl here with questions that our producer, Raj, has set up. Adrian and I have not seen these questions.
Nope.
We do not know what they are. And
Nope.
Adrian's going to select 3 at random that we both have to answer.
Okay, I'm going to start with this one.
Okay. Let's go for
Okay,
it. What do you
question
got?
number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
What are we in for?
If we had to swap lives for a week, what part of my routine would immediately break you?
Oh, no.
Are we talking like work routine or like personal
Yeah.
life routine? Like, I'm gonna go on like work routine, like, because what you do is very demanding. Like,
It is.
it requires a certain tenacity.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel like that would maybe drive me crazy a little bit if I
My
had,
work would drive
Yeah.
you crazy?
well, because like for what I do, it's like a lot of just like I meet with somebody, we go over like the work brief or the assignment, and I just go and edit away, you know?
You know, this might be cheating, but I would say the same thing.
Oh,
honestly.
really? You couldn't
I
edit?
don't know how you can edit. Like, I know producing to you is like your worst nightmare. To me, editing is I don't have the patience for editing.
Oh, okay.
I do not. Like, that would literally drive me insane. So yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
I don't have the patience to do what you do.
I guess that's
So-
why we work so well together
Yes,
as a directing
exactly.
pair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think our respective work would just
Okay.
yeah.
All right. One
drive each
down.
other up
2 more to
wall.
go.
Okay. What's question number
All right.
2?
Question number 2. What's a main character moment from your life that still replays in your head?
A main character moment. Ooh. Okay. All right. I'll start.
Yes. Go for it.
This actually is kind of work related, but it's how I wound up at my current job. So I used to work in public relations, and it was like the first job I got out of college. I learned a lot in that job. I'm thankful for that job, but I knew in my heart it wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to do, film, video. That was my life. And so the job that I have now, I remember getting the offer, but it was a contract position. I wouldn't have insurance, and I would only have it for 3 months. And after 3 months, they would either keep me or they'd kick me to the curb. And I was terrified of like making that decision. I was like, do I do the
Right.
safe thing and keep my insurance, even though it's not a job that I necessarily like, or do I take the leap and do I go do the damn thing? And I remember, this was actually when we were still roommates.
Yeah.
I remember sitting on the balcony. I remember looking out at the world. And I just remember thinking in my head, like, life, if you're out there, give me some sort of sign that I'm meant to take this production job. And I shit you not, even though it was a clear blue sky, it started raining out of nowhere.
Yep.
It just started downpouring like crazy. And this rainbow appeared in front of me. And then it became a double rainbow. And then it stopped. It's like it rained just enough for that rainbow to happen. I remember I looked at the rainbow and I was like, Adrian, like,
And
you're
I
gonna want to see this.
I took
like
video and I took a picture.
Yeah.
And I'll put it in the episode for folks to see. But yeah, that was just a wild moment.
Crazy.
Like you asked life to give you a sign, and boy, did it give you one.
Like I would have been content with like a pigeon shitting on my shoulder. Like honestly, like any sign, I would have been fine
Well, if
with.
a
But
pigeon
like,
shit on your shoulder, like what sign was that for you? Like just don't take it.
I mean, I would have taken that as more of a negative. So
exactly.
the positive,
take the
I'm
rainbow.
thankful for. I take the rainbow every
Yeah.
time. I wish life was that blunt every time I had a big life decision to make. But yeah, it's been 6 years, and
Yeah.
the double rainbow spoke for itself. So
Yeah,
that's
no.
my character moment.
That's still a big like WTF moment for me. I have no idea what caused that to happen.
I have no idea. Man. That was crazy.
Yeah.
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 Okay, what's for you?
I think for me, it was within the first few years of living here in Chicago, because not only was it me embracing, more of my individual life a little bit more, but it was also me embracing my queer identity more.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember very vividly still the night I went to Fantasy, the gay Latin bar here in Chicago for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was an experience that I didn't know I needed to have until it happened. Because just being surrounded by a bunch of other Latinos who are queer like yourself, and then to see a drag queen perform Todavía para la Factoría, a song we had heard so much growing up,
Yeah.
but I never thought I would hear it or see it in this context.
Yeah.
Like I got very emotional, which I never thought I would cry to that song, especially at a bar. But something about just like feeling like you get to exhale a little bit more and just embrace your queer Latina identity more.
Oh, it was your Love Simon moment.
It was my Love Simon moment in many ways.
Aw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like it was kind of like what Raheem experienced in that Love Victor episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was Raheem in that moment.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So
we love that for you.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank
that's
you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
that's my moment that I would say for me.
All right.
Yeah. And then
final question.
final question. I'm gonna try to pick a really good one. Okay. And the last one is, oh boy. What's a hot take you have that you know will get us dragged in the group chat? Oh boy. We might get a bunch of messages after this episode.
I'm gonna say I have to remember that certain people follow my social media.
Yeah. Oh man.
Fight Club's a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Fight Club's a terrible movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I remember seeing it because it was like on so many top 10 of all time. Like, it sucks.
Yeah.
It's not a good movie. It's not a good movie. I know that there are people who will defend it to the end of the earth.
Especially our friend Emmanuel.
Yes.
Who might be watching this.
Yes.
So,
but I just,
if he is, I'm sorry. But yeah, I still agree with Andrew. It's not.
It's
not a good movie.
I've watched it 3 times now.
Yeah.
And after every time I'm like, it's just not a good movie.
No.
It's just not.
No.
I don't know. There's just something. I get the message of what they're trying to say in that movie about, consumerism and masculinity and all that. But I'm like, there are so many better ways to deliver this message. Yeah, that's my hot take. Yeah,
Okay.
I know everyone like kisses the ground that Fight Club walks on, but I detest that movie.
Okay.
So much.
Yeah. All right. I think for me, like, I don't know if this will get our friend group chat going, but for me, it's just I'm not a Swiftie at all. Like, just like there's like a few songs of hers that I like, but like I wouldn't go out of my way to go to a concert of hers or anything like that.
Wait,
like,
I hold on. That reminds me of another hot take I have.
oh boy. Okay.
I don't like Beyonce. Like,
really?
at all.
Oh, please do tell why. Why?
Don't get me wrong. I think Beyonce's good, but it's like I feel like so many people are just like, oh my god, like Beyonce, they go crazy, and I'm just like, it's good, but like not great.
Is it kind of like with me with Taylor Swift, where like there's our producer is
Raj is like losing his mind.
Is blown right now.
Yeah.
Okay, but there are some songs.
We'll talk after this,
we'll talk
Raj.
after.
Okay, we'll regroup.
But there are some songs of hers surely that you enjoy.
Don't get me wrong. Like I enjoy some of her music. You know.
Okay. At least we can agree on that.
I just nah.
Okay. So I'm not taking you to Beyonce night.
Don't get me wrong. She has her hits.
Yeah.
And there are songs of hers that I do like.
Yeah.
But overall, it's like, yeah, there are better artists.
Okay. Now I have to ask you then, like, who is your favorite artist or some of your favorite artists? Because if not
I'm gonna say
Beyonce, then like
I don't have like a singular favorite artist.
Okay.
But Bruno Mars is up there for me.
Yeah. Same.
I love music that I can like
dance,
get jiggy with, you know, and like
groove.
Yeah,
you know,
move to the groove. And,
yeah. Okay.
Well, how about for you?
Oh man, I mean Bruno Mars. I would also say I like, but I've been getting more into like EDM recently. It's just like when I'm working out, like it's such great music.
It is really good workout music. Yeah.
So whether it's like Zed, Millennium, like those artists, like I really vibe with.
Okay.
But yeah, so what we've concluded is that I'm not a Swiftie, you're not a Beyonce fan, and you don't like Fight Club, as do I.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, all right. Those were some fun questions. Thank you, Raj. Interested to see what we get next time.
Yes.
But to wrap up this episode and bring this to a close, 1 year living apart, the idea of taking space, the idea of finding your individuality, the idea of what having your own space brings to collaboration, I think is something that we've had a lot of time to think with, a lot of time to live with. Yeah. But I think it's allowed us to show up better, not just as individuals, but also as twins.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, really, really happy that we made that choice. I think it was something that's really benefited us in a lot of ways. And then for Spin the Hot Seat, yeah, you're not Swiftie.
Yeah.
Not a Beyonce person.
And you're not a Beyonce fan. And then we're both still on the same opinion that Fight Club is it's just not our cup of tea.
I keep trying. Maybe next year I'll watch it again and I'll see if my opinion shifts. But I doubt it. I
sincerely doubt that.
Yeah. But until next time, always fun chatting with you, man.
Likewise, man.
Thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode of Twin Spin. Be sure to leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It takes 10 seconds and helps us make more episodes for y'all. And if you caught the episode, be sure to tag us on Instagram at Twin Spin Podcast and let us know what you thought. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next episode.